All right, hey there, all my fantastic fanatics. This is your man, Dr. Usher, and I have a special guest by the name of TJ.
Hello.
And so, what we're going to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, is how to succeed in business by networking with the right people. Because as you know, if you don't connect with the right people or people with the right mindset, anything you do will fail. So, Mr. TJ, when you're in business, how important is it to you to connect with the right people, and how does that impact your ability to do good business?
Well, connecting with the right people is imperative. You must connect with the right people in order to succeed. Working hard, working smart, that's the key, okay? Working smart, not hard.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yes, working smarter, not harder. So just connecting with the right people is imperative. You have to connect with the right people. I call it like-minded people.
Now, explain what you mean by like-minded people, because what type of mindsets are out there as a businessman? Because you've been doing this longer than me, and you're a lot bigger than I am, just a big brother.
Yeah.
So what type of mindsets are out there?
There's lackadaisy mindsets, people who just, I think they have a attitude of, a stagnant attitude, I call it. I feel like there are people out there who just feel like the world owes them something. They don't want to work for it.
They don't want to work for it.
They don't want to put in the grit.
Yeah.
All right. They just want to make it feel. They want to make you feel like they're doing something by their conversation, but they really don't want to get out there and put in the work to make it happen.
So they do a lot of talking, but not a lot of doing.
A lot of talking.
A lot of talking. So
A lot of talking.
You gotta stay away from them talkers. See, talkers will waste your time. See, you got money to make, and you can't make money if you're sitting around talking and dreaming.
Yes.
Yeah, dreamers will drain you, won't they?
Well, I look at dreamers as procrastinators.
Yes.
Okay. They'll say one thing and do another.
Yep.
I mean, I'll ask someone, "Hey, have you got that business plan done yet?" They say, "I haven't got to it yet." And I'm like, "Why not?" "Well, I had to go wash my car." I'm like, "Really? You had to go wash your car?" I had to go wash my car. So I really feel like, if you're really looking to be successful in life, you have to find a plan of attack. You got to get a plan of attack, because most people, like I said, procrastinators, and they'll actually try to get you to do it for them.
Yeah, because they lazy. Or they don't know how to do it, and they try to trick you to do it for them.
Exactly. You said they're lazy, okay?
Yeah. I went there.
Most people I wouldn't consider as being lazy.
Okay.
I was really consider them as not knowing what to do, and they're afraid to ask.
Right.
Okay. A lot of people really don't want to show their true colors about what they know. Like I say, knowledge is power at the end of the day. All right. Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Yep.
Okay. There's never a wrong answer to a good question.
That's true.
All right. So always remember, like I said, if you're going to excel in what you're trying to do, ask as many questions as possible.
Questions is key.
Okay, questions is key. All right. And I really feel like, most people will come to me and they ask me a question, and I will give them an answer, but I still want to find out how much you know about what you're talking about.
I remember when we first met, you was always grilling me with questions, and I'm throwing out answers. I'm just thinking you trying to be nice to me. I'm finding out now he's just trying to see if I'm really legit.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, don't surround yourself with people that don't know that know a little bit, don't know more than you know.
Right. If they know less than you, don't fool with them.
Don't fool with them. Exactly.
Unless you're going to mentor them and take them up. But
9 times out of 10, if you're trying to excel in life, you need to find mentors. Okay, that know more about what you want to know. Okay, because time is money. Money is time.
That's true.
Okay, if you go around wasting your time with people who just don't know that know
nothing.
Okay, nothing, or don't know as much as you know. Okay, then why are you there? It's almost like you buying a car. Okay, and don't test drive it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's just life.
It's true.
So if you're going to test drive a car and you feel like the car is what you need, for the job that you need it for, I'm just saying, don't buy a truck, okay, if you need a car.
Exactly.
All right, and vice versa. Okay, okay, really. You gonna put a refrigerator in the back of your car?
Yeah, I know, right?
You need a truck.
You need a truck for that.
Find a truck.
So find a truck. You gotta find somebody that's a truck. If you're trying to carry a large load, don't look for a Volkswagen.
Don't look for a Volkswagen, right?
Find a truck.
Find a truck.
I think I found a truck.
Exactly, and then
It's built like a truck.
and let the truck work hard for you.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
Exactly.
like I said, people have a tendency of wanting to go into business, but don't know the business they want to go into.
Yeah, they got a grandiose idea, but they don't really know what to do.
They have no clue.
Now, hold up. We're gonna get personal a bit. How many businesses do you have?
Right now, I have about 15.
This man, now look, y'all think I'm lying. I've known TJ for at least 10 years, maybe longer. Mickey he was a baby back then, so Mickey's 18, so at least 17 years, man.
Yeah, we go back way
I've
back.
known this guy, and I used to hustle at the flea market, and that's where I met him. Because, when you're trying to make money, you're trying to hustle, it don't matter if you got that big old fancy office like we got, like he's got few spots, I got a spot. We didn't have that when we started out.
No, we didn't.
So you can't be afraid to start at the bottom like we did. I'm at the flea market. He's rolling there looking for deals. And I never knew he was a businessman. And some of the businesses that this man's got has blown my mind. From anywhere from car dealerships
Yeah, I got multiple.
to cleaning businesses to Airbnb businesses the guy is, I don't even want to go into all the details unless you want to tell everybody your business.
No.
But it's important that you guys know that the reason why we have all these businesses is so that when one is not doing as well as it should,
Exactly.
we have residual income. Because you told me about that. Tell me about this residual income thing, because I think the world needs to hear your mentality about residual income.
Residual income is let's call it Netflix. Okay, Netflix has somewhere close to 1 point
Millions and billions of dollars floating around.
It has, I think, 1.9 million subscribers. Okay, and each subscriber is paying excess of $7.99 to $19.99 per. Do the math yourself. Okay, and they get it every month. I don't know who your electric company is, all right, or your finance company is. But they're right now done perfected the world of residual income. And you need to realize that residual income is not something that you work a 9 to 5.
That's true.
Okay, let's get it straight. A 9 to 5 is not residual income.
Nope.
Okay.
That's a job.
That's a job. It's a job, okay? But at the end of the day, you have to work a job in order to get to that point.
That's true.
Okay, so
that's what we did. We had to
Exactly.
hustle with 9 to 5 to get to where we are. So,
Nothing is free in this world.
Nothing's free.
You're going to have to go out there and do what you need to do.
that's
in
right.
order
Take care
to
of your
get
family and
get
kids
what
and
you need to
feed
get.
yourselves. And
Okay.
Yeah.
But speaking on that residual income, most of the Fortune 500 companies are based on residual income.
That's true.
All right, period. And I would not say you're not going to make it, all right, but you're going to have to put in the work. And you have to build a team. Let's talk
Teamwork makes the dream work.
teamwork. I didn't want to get on that subject
But you got to.
without the host bringing it to my attention, okay, that he needs me to talk about that at this particular time.
You got to.
But one thing leads into another, all right? Don't ever get to the point where you feel like you are alone. There are people out there who really feels that they have your best interests at heart, but they really don't, all right? There are people out there who actually would steer you in the right direction, but in the same respect, pull you down too when you get too far ahead of them, all right, because of jealousy, envy, and things of that nature. And
Crab mentality is what I call it.
Crab mentality. But at the end of the day, you need to realize that you don't believe in yourself first, okay, before you take on someone that wants to believe in you. Believe in yourself first. And with that being said, believing in yourself is the key to any part of success, because you have to motivate yourself first. You got to make sure that you know exactly what you want before you even try to convince somebody else of what you want.
Wow.
Remember that first.
Wow.
All right? So we're going to move on to a subject of knowing your self-worth. All right.
Wow.
A lot of people think that they know their self-worth, but they don't even know the definition of it.
Wow.
Okay. If you want to break it down for what it is dig down deep inside of yourself and find out what you're passionate about first. Okay. And I always say, if you're passionate about something, it's like not working at all.
Yep. That's right.
You're doing what you love,
and it's fun.
and it's not like working.
Yeah, you don't feel like it's working.
Exactly.
I'm here all the time. I don't feel like I'm working. My wife does. Get your butt home, boy. Yes, dear.
Oh my God, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm here all the time, but at the end of the day, just put a price tag behind it where you can actually, make a living off of it. Because sometimes we get comfortable in doing things that you like and love doing, and you don't charge anyone for what you're giving.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, this is not a ministry. This is business.
This is business 101,
Don't give stuff away for free.
So, like I said, you can give.
There's moderation.
Yeah, moderation. Like I said, when you give, people give back to you.
That's true.
I learned that a long time ago. That selfishness is not the way. Humble is the way.
Yep.
You get more with being humble than being greedy.
Yep.
Okay. So, and in that respect, just learn that, you are a product of your environment as well. Okay. I mean, I can go on and on about this. I can talk all day. I mean, because I'm trying to stay focused on certain areas.
Yeah.
But
it's big though.
As a businessman, you just find yourself actually going in different areas and say, I want to know more about this. I want to know more about this. But there's not just one remedy to this particular situation here, because I was just getting ready to go on another area, okay, which in turn, someone is saying, well, I need to know more about this. And I can't give you more about this because each one of them overlaps each other. And once you become a veteran, okay, in this market, there's no way you can stay on one particular area.
Right.
Without falling to another one, then another, another, because at the end of the day, it's almost like going to a ice cream shop, okay, and they've got one flavor.
They got a lot of them.
They got a lot of flavors. So you may go in there with your mindset of a ice cream cone, vanilla, and walk out there with a banana split.
It's availability.
It's availability, exactly. So
if it's available, you take it.
It's available to take it. So basically, I just look at life as a banana split.
Yeah.
Okay. The difference between your banana split and my banana split, okay, is that
I pay for mine,
and I got mine on consignment. But anyway, same banana split, but we've got different toppings on it.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's the key. We got different toppings. You know what I'm saying? But the same banana split, different toppings. Okay, but it's still, and then I share yours, you share mine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we now we got, instead of 3 scoops of ice cream, we got 6 scoops.
I know, right? And
okay.
we ain't gonna eat all of it.
And we ain't gonna eat it all anyway. So
kids.
take some home. But basically, that's just the way it is when it comes down to business. I mean, I could sit here and talk all day because that's my passion.
Wow.
Okay, that's my passion. That's, like I said, my passion is helping people to learn and to find out who they are and what they really want in business. Yeah. I was talking to a young man the other day, and I was telling him, he was saying his passion is this. I was like, but he didn't understand what I meant by when I said passion. Okay, he was trying to give me things that
he liked about life.
Yeah, exactly. Not his passion. So what I had to do was it's like peeling, but I had to peel that banana. I had to peel those layers back and find out what you really love doing. Okay, so when I pull those, when I layered it back, so I'm saying, and then when I found out exactly what he liked and what he loved to do, okay, love what you like and like what you do. Okay, at the end of the day. Yeah. So once I peel those layers back, he realized himself saying that, wow, I'm passionate about this, but I work here.
Wow.
Okay, and he was telling me everything about his work, but would never tell me what he's passionate about. Okay, until I peeled those layers back. Wow. And then once we did that, we kind of find out, he was saying that his passion was people.
Wow. He's a people person.
He was telling me about his job, but he didn't know that he was a people person.
Wow.
And once you realize that you're a people person, now you start building a platform toward where you can actually be more helpful dealing with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you love it, you like it. If you like it, you love it. You see what I'm saying? So that means, you see what I'm saying, now that you found out what you love and you like, now you go into putting what?
It's true. It's true.
Now you go and put a price on it.
Yep.
Okay? So now you're liking what you love and you're loving what you do.
Yes,
now
sir.
you're getting paid for what you do. Oh, man, let me tell you something. Let me sit down about for a minute because it works.
It does.
Okay? And then when you get up in the morning, guess what? You enjoy getting up in the morning.
Yep.
You're excited about getting up in the
Yep.
morning. And you're excited about putting on your pads one
Yep.
leg at a time like everybody else do.
Yep.
Okay? And getting
Yep.
out there and help motivate people to where they need to be in life.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, look, I don't know what else I can say or he can say, but we're going to give you this opportunity. What I want you guys to do, if you're watching this video and you have questions, I want you to send me questions through the text message, through this post, whatever. Ask questions, and me and TJ are going to come back, and we're going to answer every one of your questions in our next broadcast together, okay? So that's all I want y'all to do. Hopefully this has put a fire in you, and it's inspired you to do something more than what you're doing right now. Find what you like, find what you love, and love what you like.
There you go.
That right there is worth $1 million right there. What I want y'all to do is ask questions.
Don't be afraid.
Ask us some questions, and we'll try to give from our knowledge pool. We'll try to answer your questions. It can be about business. It can be about networking. Whatever your question is related to helping you get to where you need to be in life, ask it, okay? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be checking down below for your questions. I'm going to check my inbox for your questions. And remember, as my famous saying always goes, do as much good as you can while you can. Life is short, but it sure is sweet when you got Jesus. See y'all later. Peace.
Peace.